You unmute your microphone. You unmute your microphone and tell me who you are. You tell me why you're studying the MBA, and then you tell me your career goal. So we should start. Who is starting? Just unmute your microphone and speak. Who is starting? Unmute your microphone. Tell me who you are, why you're studying the MBA, and what is your career goal.
Good evening to all in the house.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, I'm called Maureen Z. I'm a journalist. I work with Canada International. I wrote for the MBA, specializing in marketing, because I wanted to diversify my ideas. It's true, I have a degree in journalism and mass communication from the University of Buea. But now coming to do an MBA in marketing is a way of diversifying. I think marketing is part of communication. The two are intertwined. I want to get into other sectors, see how to brand not only myself, maybe brand a company. And then what are my goals? My goals is to have a change in career in portfolio after this MBA. I'm seeing a bigger picture of me, of myself after this MBA. So I want to change, I want to complete growth. As moving from the stage where I am to another stage in my life, in terms of career growth, in terms of career performance, in terms of career opportunity. Those are my goals. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you very much, Ma'am Maureen. Next person, just tell us who you are, what you do, who you are, why you're studying the MBA, and what is your career goal. Please, let's be fast. Everybody has to speak, and we have just 10 minutes for that.
Good evening, madam. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I am Kede Manasseh Mpako. I am an accountant at Olam Cam at the flour factory, Cocoa. I am a chartered accountant with the Association of Chartered Certified Accountancy. I have a BSc from Oxford Books with a partner degree. For a long while, I've missed some opportunities in Cameroon because they think or the people feel I don't have any national degree. So for a while, I've been looking for opportunity to get a degree in one of our universities. And now when I saw the opportunity to have an MBA from the University of Oya, it was so appealing to me. So that is the main reason why I'm there.
So, what's your career goal?
For my career, I was pursuing accountancy and was looking up to climb the ladder to as high as possible. But for a while, I was supporting in a procurement role in my company, and so lately they needed to fill the role, and they have given me the offer. So now I'm pursuing a career in supply chain management.
Thank you so much. Next person.
Good evening, dear colleagues. I am Rene Chenui. I studied ACCA, Association of Chartered Certified Accountants. I'm a member of that association. I also have a BSc in Applied Accounting from Oxford Brookes University. I did a master's in finance from Rome Business School, FONIC, 2015. And I work with the Norwegian Refugee Council presently as the Human Resource Manager covering Cameroon and Nigeria. My career goal, I look to become a country director for one of the international NGOs in the next 2 years. This is my clear objective, and my reason for studying the MBA in human resources because from the year 2023, my experiences have changed from finance to human resource. Work with Médecins Sans Frontières in Chad, Sudan, and Central Africa. But I don't have any certification as that yet, and it's something that I've identified that as I have the experience, I'll need to have the certification and also the technical knowledge that comes with going through the course. So my goal is to get myself ready to be able to lead a project or an international NGO as a country director in any of the African countries. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Renee. Next person.
Good evening. I am Ruth Enege Baswa, Epuse Sono. I'm a Reverend Pastor working with the Presbyterian Church in Cameroon, presently serving at Manyemen Town along Kumbamanfe Road. My reason for pursuing MBA is to be better equipped for ministry since I deal with people. As a pastor, you work as an administrator, you work as a counselor, and even financial management. So that is my goal. I want to do human resource management to help me achieve my ministerial goals. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pastor. Next person.
Good evening. So, good evening, classmates. I'm Kolo Pelagie. I work with the Presbyterian Church of Cameroon in one of the institutions, Pressbook PLC, as the marketing manager. I've had experience over the years in accounting, which I studied, but the company saw my need to manage the marketing area of it. And so gradually they have ensured that I get proper training in this area. I've gone through the field of shipping and logistics. I've also done procurement with my accounting knowledge, but though I was working in the field of marketing, I really did not know the essentials. I do the practicals, but the core of it, I really did not know. So I saw the need for me to study this such that I'll be able to have influence in brand development and also foresee success in our organization. Apart from that, I've been able to lead a lot of people, and I have the zeal also of becoming an entrepreneur. So I saw this MBA as a medium for me to upskill and also to grow in areas, diversified areas where I have little or no knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pelagie. Next person. We have I think 3 more minutes to finish this activity. Next person.
Good evening, everyone. Dear colleagues, good evening, Doc. My name is Ngole Kenneth. I like being addressed Ngome Diabe. I studied a Bachelor of Business Administration. I later tested the waters in sponsorship in the cash crop export sector. In 2021, I was uh, I was introduced to finance when I joined the world of blogging. Um, but I observed a lot of gaps in my knowledge back then. I thought I needed to learn a lot. When I came across this program last year, for me, it was an opportunity to close those gaps. I wanted to seize the opportunity to dive deep into the world of finance. Well, my objective is to be able to create financial systems uh, capable of empowering myself and possibly others in the future. Currently, I'm a school administrator. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next person. So you unmute your microphone. You tell us who you are, why you're studying the MBA, and what is your career goal.
Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Asano Akule Simon. I am presently a tutor on Preply, but I have another dream. So my dream has always been to become a very creative fashion stylist. So I chose to study an MBA because I believe that creativity alone is not enough to succeed in the fashion industry. So my dream is to become a fashion stylist and an entrepreneur, and the MBA will help me to combine creativity with business knowledge. Through this program, I am to develop leadership skills, of course, because I need that if I want to become successful in my styling business, and learn how to manage clients, promote my services, and grow my fashion career into a profitable business. Thank you, madam.
Okay, so we are going to take the last person. Thank you very much, Simon. So we haven't heard from Joy and Thelma. So one of you should unmute your microphone and tell us who you are, what you do, why you're studying the MBA, and what is your career goal. Joy or Thelma should speak. I don't know if Joy and Thelma can hear me. Well, if you are not responding, I will assume that you have network issues, so there is no need to stay in class. Joy, can you hear me? Thelma says she's in a noisy area. Joy, you should unmute your microphone and speak.
Okay, thank you so much. Hello everyone, can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, my name is Fujoinga, and presently I'm a communication and media / community manager of AMSCO Cameroon, and I choose to study MBA because I want to develop the strategic, financial, and leadership skills that I have that are required for me to build a successful organization, because I want to open up an IT consulting agency. Yes, so my long-term career goal too is to become a business leader and entrepreneur, and the MBA is really going to equip me with the knowledge needed to make informed decisions, manage resources effectively, and also lead teams towards sustainable growth eventually. So beyond gaining theoretical knowledge, I see the MBA platform, the MBA program, structured for a career planning. Yeah, it helped me set clear professional goals. So understand the market, strengthen my managerial competencies. Yeah, so yes, also leads to innovation
Okay,
and business excellence.
okay. Thank you very much, Joy. Okay, so there is a reason why we have done that exercise for the first 13 minutes. We actually had to use 10 minutes, but we have used 13 minutes because um today we'll be talking about career goal setting and planning. And honestly, I love your dreams and your aspirations, but I wouldn't say that I have listened to any career goal yet. And by the end of this class, you will understand why I said you all have dreams and aspirations, but you do not have a goal yet. And one of your assignments for this module will be to come out with a career goal. So basically, for this module 3, what is our objective? Our objective is to understand the importance of setting career goals, not just setting career goals, but setting clear and achievable career goals. We are going to see how you can identify personal strengths, weaknesses, and development opportunities. You are going to develop a structure action plan for growth and advancement. And lastly, we are going to explore the various resources and strategies you have for effective career planning. So why does career goal setting matters? I just said that everybody here has a dream. I haven't heard of a goal yet. Well, why should you take time to develop a goal and plan for it? The first reason is that when you have a clear goal, it provides direction and clarity. So you do not just move wherever the wind will take you to. It means that everything you will do, whether what you will study, whether the seminars you will attend, whether the network you will create, it should be taking you a step closer to your goal. And that's why it's extremely important for you to have a goal and a plan when it comes to career. And then having a career goal and a career plan will help you prioritize skill development. Because when you have a clear stated goal, you will know exactly the skills you will need to reach the goal you want to achieve. And those skills will even be part of your plan, and you will even have a timeline where when you want to achieve or when you want to develop these particular skills. The third reason why it's extremely important for you to do career goal and career setting is because you want to reduce career uncertainty. Many of us, the careers we wanted to pursue 3 years ago or 5 years ago, if you look at it critically, it has changed from what we are doing today. And most of the time we find that we go for the higher pay. Oh, today I'm so passionate about accounting. I'm so passionate about marketing. And then when we see probably a better opportunity, especially when it's connected with money, then we change our career goal. Now, most of the time, you will realize that you would know if this is really what you want to be doing for the rest of your life only if you have had an opportunity to work in that particular field. Like when I shared my profile, I said I did marketing and I specialized in customer service and sales. Later on, I did international human resource management at the master's level. And at the doctorate level, I am doing strategic management, but I specialize with general management. And if you ask me at every stage of my career, I will tell you the different goals I had at that time, especially when it comes to dreams. So most of the time, we are so uncertain about what we want to do. But when we have a clearly stated goal and a clearly stated plan that we are following, it will reduce that uncertainty. A career goal will help to increase motivation and focus because you it's something that you have come up with a plan, a roadmap on how to achieve that. And that's why you're very motivated and then you're very focused. And then having a clear career goal would also help you to know exactly what you want to study in school. Because it is very common for us to study this and later on we say, no, this is not what I want to do. We go back to school to study this again. It's very okay to keep learning. We never stop learning. But when you know exactly where you're going to or exactly the career you want to pursue, not just knowing that this is a career I want to pursue, but when you have a plan, an action plan that you want to follow for the next 6 months, the next 1 year, or the next 3 years, then it is going to align with the courses or the programs you decide to pursue academically. So definitely without a plan, career progression is not strategic, it is reactive. And from what most of you have said, I can understand that whatever career you are pursuing, it is reactive, it is not strategic. For example, maybe you study accounting in school, but you want to do marketing now because you find yourself in a job that you're doing marketing. And that's why now, oh, I have to do marketing. It was not strategic, it was just reactive. You're reacting to your circumstances, you're reacting to your situation. But career goal is something that is supposed to be strategic, it's a strategic plan. And when you have that strategic plan, you will progress to whatever career you want to pursue. You will not be reacting, rather, you will progress. So, generally, there are many types of careers, which is what we want to do now. We want to understand the various career paths. This is from what you were saying. I could see that I was able to pinpoint the various career paths you want to pursue. For example, we have what we call functional career path. Functional career paths has to do with specialization within one area. Like you want to specialize in marketing. Some people say they want to specialize in marketing. Others say they want to specialize in finance. They want to specialize in human resource management. You want to specialize in operations. That's functional. But we have cross-functional career paths, which you will move across different functions. For example, if you want to specialize in general management, it means that you can be a finance manager, you can be a marketing manager, you can be a logistics manager, you can be an operations manager, a project manager. For example, I am, for my doctorate degree that I specialize in general management, I'm studying everything. I study basically everything. So I can be any of those managers. So what do you really want to be? Is it that you want to pursue a functional career, like you want to focus just in finance? Maybe you want to be a finance director, a finance officer, a finance specialist, or a marketing specialist, a human resource analyst. But when we talk of cross-functional career paths, that has to do with like general management, like business development, like consulting, or like executive leadership. So right now you should be thinking again, what do you want to do? what's your career path that you want to follow? Is there any person who would want to share that again? Because it's not just what you want to do. Where do your strengths and interests align? Let's start with your strengths. You might want to be a general manager, but you do not have not just the capacity, but right now you do not have the capacity and the ability to be a manager, a general manager, where you'll be able to manage the finance department, you'll be able to manage the marketing department at the same time, you'll be able to manage a project department. Do you know your strengths? Where does your strength lies? There are people that if you put them in finance, just finance, they will excel to the highest degree. Do you really know your strengths? I wouldn't tell you what your strengths are, but I will want one person to unmute their microphone and tell me their strengths and their interests when it comes to their career domains. And when we waste time to answer this question, I would think that we have not thought about it before. You should be able to know your strengths when it comes to career, like your name. If they ask you what is your name, you don't think, automatically you say your name. That is how you should be able to understand your strengths when it comes to your career domains. If you cannot just unmute your microphone and say it right now, you would agree with me why I said that you have dreams, not goals. So somebody should unmute their microphone and tell us their strengths when it comes to their career domains. Nobody can tell us their strengths.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Okay. The reason, of course, like I said, the reason why I choose to do finance at this level is to be in a position to build financial systems that empower. Now, I understand right off the bat that in finance, I'll be dealing with a lot of computation. You have to be comfortable with figures. Of course, I feel very comfortable around figures. I have studied. I think my studies have also included uh, quantitative subjects, and I feel very comfortable with figures. I'm capable of spending long hours solving problems. So I said to myself, okay, if that is the case, I can do this. I can cope with this. So I think my confidence in studying this really hinges on this because I know whatever it is, I can come off it as far as those figures are concerned.
Okay, thank you. I would want to mention that when we are talking about your strengths here, we are talking about skills, habits, personal qualities that would help you to grow professionally. Or the skills, the habits, or the personal qualities that you possess that makes you unique in whatever career you have chosen. So it might be communication skills, if that's what is needed for your career, like you can speak and write clearly, you can listen actively. Or another strength can be critical thinking or problem solving. It means you can analyze situations logically, you can make informed decisions, you're very creative in finding solutions. Another strength can be, depending on the career you have chosen, it can be teamwork, team player. It means that you can work with a team. You have great interpersonal skills. Another strength can be that you have digital and technical literacy, which means that you can use the computer very well, on office software, you understand online communication tools, you're comfortable using digital platforms, or you are not just comfortable using digital platforms, you are an expert. Another strength can be time management and organization. You know how to prioritize tasks. You know how to work with tight deadlines. You know how to do planning and scheduling of your work. Or another strength can be emotional intelligence. You know how to manage your emotions and you know how to understand the emotions of others. And then you know how to work under pressure and you know how to stay calm and still be productive under pressure. So those are some of the examples of your strengths. Again, part of the assignments that you are going to do for this module, you're going to align your strengths with whatever career you have chosen and why you think that that is your strength. Not just you, but like you are going to see another person is going to confirm whatever you would say. We are going to do that and you are going to see that. So we have spoken about cross-functional leadership roles, which is another career domain. And what you see on your screen, they are examples of the strengths for someone who wants to pursue any career in that domain, like strategic thinking, communication skills, financial literacy, data interpretation, leadership, and influence. An example of such roles is someone who wants to pursue a career, probably to become an operations director, a startup founder, like Simon Sichuan. He wants to pursue entrepreneurship, we have a strategic consultant. So if you are looking at any of these careers, you should definitely have the strength of strategic thinking, communication skills, financial literacy, data interpretation. So now is the time for you to really examine yourself to see the skills you need. If you are really passionate about that career, you're going to use this period that you are doing your MBA to acquire these skills. And I'm sure that Dr. Sotabe or the other lecturers would have spoken to you about other certification programs you can do. So having a career plan now will help you to know if the MBA you're doing now is enough, or if there are other specific certification programs you should take to be able to meet up with your career goals. So this is what you're supposed to do. Now, people who do not attend this class, they wouldn't get the assignments, so you can share at your various groups. You are supposed to come out with a career goal and a career plan. But the first thing you're supposed to do is to do what we call a self-assessment career direction. What does that mean? Before you start any career goal or any career plan, you must assess yourself. What are my core strengths? What are my weaknesses? What are my interests? What are my values? What is my preferred work environment? What are my long-term aspirations? And for you to be able to do this self-assessment, you're supposed to use these 3 tools we see here. The first tool is the SWOT analysis. You know what SWOT means? Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities. So you're supposed to do a SWOT analysis for yourself. That's what I've just said. What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What are my opportunities? And what are my threats? This is your first assignment. You have to do a self-assessment. And then the second thing is that you have to do a personality assessment. You should go online and take any personality test, and then you will attach the results to your work that you will submit to me. You submit on the e-learning platform. I will tell you when the assignment is on the e-learning platform, then you will submit it next week. So you have to take a personality test. You have to take a personality test. And then the last thing you're supposed to do is, Joy is saying that she cannot hear anything. Can anybody hear me?
Yes, yes,
Yes, Doc, I can hear
I can
you.
get you from my.
Okay, because Joy has just written in the chat that I don't know, I can't hear anything. Okay, maybe we'll just continue. She would have to watch the recorded video. So the third thing you're supposed to do is get a mentor feedback. Now, all of us need to have mentors. You must have a mentor if you have any career in mind. You must have a career mentor. Somebody, there must be someone. That's why I said that we have aspirations. Because if you have a goal, a career goal, there must be someone that you look up to as a role model in that field. Not just that field, but in career in general and personal development. Your mentor should be able to tell you, should be able to agree with you that this is your strength, this is your weaknesses. So for this assignment, you are going to attach, for this assignment, you're going to attach what your mentor will tell you. So get to your mentors, let them tell you what they think your strengths are and what they think your weaknesses are. Because at times, many things can crowd our thinking of who we really are. It can be pride, it can be other circumstances. So that's why it is nice to get an opinion from another person. And it is always good to use a mentor, because a mentor will tell you the truth even if you don't want to hear it. Even if it will hurt, the mentor will tell you. So the first part of the assignment, you will do a self-assessment for your career direction. So whatever career direction you think that's what you want to do. For example, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you should be able to research on the strengths of an entrepreneur and you assess yourself if you really have that strength. This assignment is not just to do it and pass. Seriously, from day one, you must have heard that this course has been designed to change your life. So don't do the assignment because, oh, you just want to tell me things and pass or something. No, it should be real. Like, write your strength the way you think they are, your weaknesses the way you think they are, and also get feedback from a mentor, which you will just write. Which you just write what your mentor said. So you are going to do a SWOT analysis. You take a personality test online. There are free personality tests you can take online. And then you take a screenshot of your answer and then you do a mentor feedback. Now, the next slide is just to explain to you what SMART goals are. Nobody gave me a SMART goal. Nobody gave me a clear, SMART career goal. You were just talking to me about your dreams, about your aspirations, like I said. Generally, we know that the SMART framework is a very popular tool which we use to set clear and achievable goals. So the SMART framework help your goals to be well defined. It should be trackable, and then when you use the SMART goal, it leads to greater success. So we all know what the SMART goal is. The S stands for specific. So your goal must be specific. What do you want to do, or what do you want to achieve exactly? And then your goal must be measurable. measurable either in quantity, that is figures, or measurable in quality. And then your goal must be achievable. It means that it has to be realistic. It should be something that is reachable. That's why you're supposed to do a self-assessment and a personality test, and you get the mentor feedback before you set a SMART goal. And definitely your goal should be relevant. It means that it should be aligned with your broader objectives and values. I've had a situation where somebody thought that they are passionate about the bank. I've had two people like that. They did their master's degree in finance because all through their lives studying banking and finance in class, they know that banking is my last bus stop. That's my life. That's what I want to do. So one of them, she had an opportunity to work in a bank, but she had to quit that because as per her religion, she must always cover her hair. And then as per her religion, she must always wear a very long skirt that will touch her ankle. And then as per her religion, she's not supposed to do any makeup or wear earrings. But the bank the bank will not change their dress code for her. So she has to change for the bank. And since she too, because of her values, she cannot change for the bank, she quits the bank. So after wasting all how many years studying banking and finance because you think that that is your goal, that's what you want to do. That's why before you settle on a career goal, look at your values. Does this goal align with your values? Your values are the things to consider important. At the end of the day, when she had the opportunity to work as a banker, she realized that the environment does not align with what she valued spiritually, and she was not happy, and she could not even stay in that career. Another person too that I know that said, oh, banking is my life, banking is this. When she started working in a bank, she then said, oh, she will no longer work in a bank again. She wants to be a teacher because she's having issues in her personal life, because she's a wife, she's a mother. She always leaves the bank very late. She's having issues with her husband and all of that. Now, there are still other bankers who will work for the next 20 years and they will still have a successful marriage and they will still raise successful kids. But she realized that when she was thinking of this career goal, she didn't think of the career goal and had her life partner in mind. And her life partner was not okay with that kind of a job. Her life partner thought that it's better that you go and teach, that you'll be having time for me and the family and all of that. The life partner does not want to understand. So she had to quit. But if you look at your career goal, if you look at it as a strategy, you are going to consider everything, even the kind of person you get married to. You are going to consider it because that will even determine if you continue to pursue that career. That's why you have to make sure that when you say it is relevant, the goal aligns with your overall objectives and your value. Whether this goal really aligns with what is important to you, whether it aligns with your lifestyle. You know what your lifestyle is. Your lifestyle is how you want to spend your resources, your financial resources, your time. You have to take into consideration of that. And lastly, which nobody said, is time bound. A career goal must be tied to a deadline. You cannot just say that my career goal is, I want to be an entrepreneur. I'm so passionate about this. That's your dream. That's not your goal. Now, look at the next slide and see what a career goal is. A SMART career goal. For example, a non-SMART career goal, I want a better job. I'm doing this MBA because I want a better job. What's a SMART career goal? You would say within these 12 months of studying the MBA, I would secure a I will secure a mid-level operations management role by completing a certification in project management and networking with 20 industries professionals. Do you see the difference? You can say that at the end of this MBA, I want a better job. That's my goal. That's why I'm doing the MBA. Because at the end of this MBA, I want a better job. Okay? That's not a smart goal. That's not a goal. But if something is really your goal, if you really have a goal of having a better job, then you will make it smart. How will you make it smart? You will say something like within the next 12 months. So you have given time bound. You know that it's true that your MBA is done for 2 years. Within the next 2 years, for example, I want to secure a mid-level operations management role by completing a certification in project management and networking with 20 industry professionals. Then when you say something like that, then we'll say, yes, you have a goal. But there are what we call short-term goals and what we have long-term goals. So your short-term goals between 0 to 12 months, it can be acquiring skills, it can be getting certifications, it can be getting experiences in a particular field, while your medium-term goal within 1 to 3 years is getting managerial role or clear functional exposure. We had a student who just defended in our last defense, and I think it was yesterday that he was a finance officer. He was doing the master's program, and he defended in December. Yesterday, a day before yesterday, he sent me his appointment letter. He has been appointed now as a finance director. He was so happy and he sent the message. That's very great. That's a goal and he has achieved it. So if his goal was to improve in his career, you can see when you have a clearly stated goal, he has achieved it 2 months after his defense. He has been promoted to a director, from an officer to a director, which is very great. So have medium-term goal, which is between 1 to 3 years. Don't have long-term goals between 3 to 5 years, like a goal of becoming an entrepreneur, a senior leader, or holding a senior leadership role or an executive position. That can take you 5 years. So whatever goals you will be setting, please, it must be time bound. Is it a goal you want to achieve in 12 months? Is it a goal you want to achieve in 3 years, 1 to 3 years, or a goal you want to achieve between 3 to 5 years? Now, for you to be able to have a smart goal or to come up with a smart goal, you are supposed to have what we call ECDP, which is an individual career development plan. It is a structured document. This is your assignment. Second assignment. We have seen the first one, the career assessment. And at the end of the individual career assessment, you will come out with your career smart goal. But after coming out with your career smart goal, you have to develop a document called an individual career development plan. It is a document that has your career goals, the skills needed, the learning action, the timeline, the milestones, and the support system. I know that you already know what career goals are. We have spoken about that. You already know what we mean by the skills needed, the learning action, the timeline. But I want to spend a little time to talk to you about the milestones. And then we'll talk about the support system too. Now, the most effective way to achieve every goal. This is a method that I want to share with you, which I want to see it in this document. Your career goal is the central goal. Okay. For example, my career goal is to, let's just say, for example, I want to raise 10 million by December. I want to raise 10 million by December 2026. I want to raise 10 million for a project by December 2026. That's that central goal. But you see that goal, you can break that goal into 4 milestones. What will you be doing? 4 milestones. And you can further go ahead to break down each milestones into 4 activities you will do. So you have the one goal, you have 4 milestones, then now you will have 4 activities. These 4 activities per milestones, it means you have 12 activities you will do to achieve that goal. So that's why I said that you do not have a goal yet. Because if you have a goal, this is how, if you have a goal, you will have a individual career development plan. So you have milestones. Those milestones would indicate, all those milestones, each time you achieve a milestone, it will take you closer to your overall goal. Okay, maybe I want a goal of 10 million. I will not wait. It's at the end of December that I will make that 10 million. I have to come out with getting, let's say, 10 million divided by 4, getting 2.5 million every quarter. 2.5 million every quarter. And then now I have to come out with what I'll be doing every month to raise a part of that 2.5 million, so that at the end of the year, I will have the 10 million. So it's not just having a goal that, oh, I want to make 10 million at the end of the day. That's why you need to do that milestones. But now, another thing that I want to see in your individual career development plan is your support system. Your support system is very important. I'll give you an example. That lady was making her goal to work as a banker, but she never thought of her support system. If she would have thought of her support system, she should have ensured that her husband agrees with her. It's like, it was like a family plan that, no, you should pursue this career. So that when she's late, she has to stay at the bank to balance accounts. The husband will understand, the husband will support her. But she did not, she just had in mind that, oh, this is a career I want to do. But she would have taken into consideration her kids, her husband, her friends, because those are the people that will support her, and then they are part of her lifestyle. Because if you don't take into consideration your support system, which is your support system, then the career will fail. Even for people who are not married, you need a support system to be able to pursue certain careers. Support system can be money, be somebody that will support you financially. Your support system can be your mentor. Your mentor will have your career plan that will be following you up, that, oh, you said that by this time you're supposed to achieve this, you have not achieved. The mentor can also be someone that you will talk to when you're confused. Someone that you can talk to, that you, when you're confused, when you make mistakes, that will be able to take you to the right direction. So in your individual career development plan, I will want to see your support system and why they are your support system. Do you have a question before we move? Because I've already given 2 assignments, and they are all documents that you prepare and upload on the e-learning platform under module 3 of managerial career readiness. If there is no question.
Hello, Doc.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I have a question. The assignments, you were giving them in your explanation. I tried to take down the first, the way you were breaking it down, but the second was difficult for us to take down. So it's just a request, if the assignments could be properly put and sent to us for us to do them properly.
Okay, I will do that. I will do that. I will drop it on your group.
Thank you.
Now, we are giving you, this is the content, this is the structure of the individual career development plan. Then now let's see the components of the individual career development plan, your career vision statement. They require competencies. Your individual career development plan must state your career vision statement. It must also have your target role or your target industry. At least Simon was very specific. He helped us understand that he wants to pursue a career and he wants to be an entrepreneur in the fashion industry. So he was very specific about his goal. So your individual career development plan must state your target role or your target industry. Mamori, you said you want to get into marketing, but you were not specific enough. You want to get into marketing. Which role in marketing are you looking at? Which industry are you looking at? So your individual career development, yes, please.
No, it's okay. Now I see my goals clearly.
Yes, that's nice. So you should also, your individual career development plan will state your required competencies. After you must have done a SWOT analysis, and you realize that you even do that SWOT analysis. After you must have done the SWOT analysis, you understand the required competencies that you need for that career, and then you will see the skill gap. The skill gap is basically what skills. After you do the SWOT analysis, you understand these are the skills I need to pursue this career, but these are the skills I have now. This is the gap I have. The learning plan, how will you fill this gap that you have? Your networking strategy, it should be there in your career plan. Remember that career goal, the example that I gave, the individual plan on networking with 12 people in the industry that they plan on pursuing a career. And then the timeline, of course, you must have timeline. There is no career goal or career plan without timeline. And of course, you must have success indicators, because these success indicators will help you to know whether you're going towards the right path or you have to re-strategize. Now, one of the last thing you're supposed to do is, after you must have done the individual career development plan, you must align this career development plan with your MBA curriculum. Now, that's why you're doing this course the first semester, because you have 4 semesters. This is just the first semester. You're doing general courses. Next semester, you'll still be doing general courses. It's the third semester and the 4th semester that you start doing specialization courses, because you're doing an MBA in business administration. So you are a master in business administration first. That's why you're learning everything in business administration before. By the 3rd and 4th semester now, you specialize in human resource management in marketing. So after you must have had your career development plan, the last thing I want to see is how you connect your MBA courses to your career goal. For example, if you're doing finance courses, maybe you should be able to tell me how corporate finance connects to your career goal. That's if you have a career goal in finance. Let's say you have a career goal in becoming a marketing analyst. Then you should be able to connect how the marketing courses you're supposed to do, especially when it comes to digital roles, any roles that has to do with digital roles, how marketing, you're going to do marketing next month, and those who are doing next semester, and those who are even specializing in marketing will do more marketing courses. And then if you have a goal in supply chain leadership, then you're going to tell me how the courses you will do under operations management is connecting with your career goals. And definitely those who have the goals of becoming an entrepreneur, you're already doing entrepreneurship now, then you should be able to connect that. So the key question is, how does each course support my long-term goal? If you have done that analysis, if you have done the personal, the individual career development plan, then the last part, this is the last part of your assignment, but I'm going to give it detailing on the group. The last part of your assignment now is to be able to connect each course. How does each course support your long-term goals? So this is an activity, a goal setting activity, which you should do it now in class. We are supposed to do it now in class for 10 minutes. Just write 3 short-term goals, 2 medium-term goals, and 1 long-term goal, and then you convert that to a SMART goal. And 2 people are going to share with us what they have done. So take your pen and your book, write down 3 short-term goals, 2 medium-term goals, and 1 long-term goal, and then convert it into a SMART goal. Convert it into a SMART goal. So I'm pausing the class so that the people who follow the video will not just listen to a quiet class. So I'm pausing the class and then I will resume in 10 minutes. Now this one is just an activity, just a class activity. But the assignment that you are going to do, it should be realistic, honestly. It should be what you want to really do. Don't just do it as a class activity. But for this one, it's just an exercise to see if you can formulate a strategic or a SMART goal. So 2 minutes gone already. We have 8 minutes to do that activity, and 2 people will share with us.
I've written down 3 short-term goals that align with my SMART goals, and I think the first one, since I want to become a fashion stylist, I think first of all I need to improve my business knowledge for fashion. And how am I going to do that with my SMART goals? I'm going to, for specific reasons, I'm going to learn marketing and management for fashion. How do I measure it? I'll pass all my MBA career courses related to marketing and maybe entrepreneurship. And achievable, I think, through regular study and just really concentrating in marketing lessons. And how relevant is it going to be to support my career in fashion styling? And the time, I think, within the next 2 years. And the next short-term goal, to gain fashion styling experience. Of course, we need experience to do everything. So the specific is going to work as a fashion stylist, maybe on small projects. I can style 1 or 2 people every week. For measurable, I can style at least 5 clients or 3 fashion projects. I've mentioned that already. Achievable, I think, by networking and constant practicing. And how relevant is this particular short-term goal going to be? It's going to build practical fashion skills, and for the time bound, I think within 12 months. So the next short-term goal is to build a personal fashion brand. And I think for specific, it's going to create social media page for my styling work. How am I going to measure this short-term goal is to post at least 2 fashion contents every week. And how achievable is it going to be? I'm going to use my phone or other online platforms. And I'm also going to, for relevance, it's going to help me promote my fashion career. And time bound, let me say, for the next 6 months.
Okay. Thank you very much, Simon. What I appreciated is the fact that you are very specific. The only thing that I would say is that when you spoke of networking, you should specify the kind of network. That's how many people you want to network with and which particular industry. Time is not on our side. Let's go to the next activity. Another person will talk. We have what we call a career mapping exercise where you would identify a target job role. You identify 3 required competencies. You identify your current skill level. You identify the development skill gap, and then you create an action plan. Again, we should do that and somebody should share it. It's a short exercise. Just identify a target role job. Maybe your target role job is to be a marketing manager or a finance manager, and then you should be able to tell me 3 required competencies to be a finance manager, and then you should be able to tell us your current skill level, like what skills do you have now that you can work as a finance manager, and then identify a development gap, like what don't you have when you look at what is required and what you have, and then just an action plan of how you're going to acquire the skills you don't have for now. Again, I'm giving you
I didn't get it well.
is on the slide. Can you see my slides or it's too small?
Maybe you should
You
just say
should
it
do
as you were saying.
okay. So you should identify a target job role. I gave an example that the target job role can be that you want to be a marketing manager or a finance manager. Write down 3 required competencies. That's 3 required competencies for a finance manager or a marketing manager. And then what is your current skill level? When you look at what is
All
required
right.
to be a marketing or a finance manager, what do you have right now? What is the development
Is
gap?
that all?
No, the development gap. The development gap is to look at what is required to be a marketing manager at the level of the skills and what you have. When you compare, the development gap is what you will need as an individual to get to that level to be a marketing manager. And lastly, what are the action plans you have to acquire what you will need to be a marketing manager? That's all.